special broadcast. And of course, we must pray. And prayer we must this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chukwukika Biama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations and the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile Chukwukika Biama onye na-efewe n'aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwe n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọbụla anyị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị, nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee eziokwu mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbagba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye ọ bụla anyị a na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
There is no problem in Nigeria when he named IPOB as terrorist organization. IPOB that were not carrying arms. IPOB that were not killing people. IPOB that were only saying that we are indigenous people of Biafra. And it is not even a crime for you to say, okay, I need freedom. You are not going contrary to anybody's what do you call rights. You are not infringing on anybody's rights. It is within your fundamental right to say, no, I'm no longer comfortable with what's happening to me. I want liberation. I want freedom. Before 1960, Nigeria as a nation were under colonial masters, the British, and a time came. Nigerians felt that they are ripe enough to be liberated. They are ripe enough to be on their own, and they seek for independence. So if the indigenous people of Biafra wake up today and say no, we want to go, and you ended up calling them terrorists, I feel it's a big discredit to he that calls them terrorists. Now, coming back, those people that we call today bandits, right? That Sheikh Gumi says if they call them terrorists, there will be more problem. It's enough to tell you that these people are being sponsored. These people are under the payroll of this government. So why will you now? So he feels that if you call them terrorists, then it will be there will be more like the international security content. We backed the military to kill them. The military can confidently open arms on them. That's why he said, don't call them terrorist organization. Call them bandits. A bandit is somebody who steals. Who is a bandit? He can break in, carry what belongs to another person. But a terrorist is an organization known to be a threat to the world in general. When you call them a terrorist organization, so that is why he's trying to paint them with good name. He's trying to give them good name so that they can't hang them. So for me, it's enough to tell you that these people are working together. They are working together. There is a purpose to this action. So for me, I will not discredit Sheikh Gumi. I will not discredit him, because if Buhari himself, who is the president of this country, refuses to discredit him based on his comments, based on his actions, who am I to discredit him? So let us continue in that direction. But whatever that is good for A, let it equally be good for B. Let him equally call them declare them terrorist organization because IPOB has been declared terrorist organization?
No, there won't be problem. To me, I don't see them as terrorists. That is what I'm telling you. They are not terrorists. It's just like the IPOB in the Southeast. Are they terrorists? These are methods of expression. What you call criminality is an instrument of expression in political science. Especially when it starts taking too long. When a crime takes too long to address, it ceases to be a crime. It is more or less an instrument of expression. That is what I'm saying. Crime is only a crime when it is transient, when it is within a short period of time. But when you cannot address it, it doesn't seem to be a crime any longer. It's no longer a crime because the instrument of the state cannot cover it. It is coming from the people now. The people are saying something. We must look at it from the angle of, not just the angle of Sheikh Gumi. We must say, what do we need to do in the Northeast? Because what you are saying is coming from the Northeast, isn't it also? The whole thing started from Boko Haram. The people are saying, look, let us see whether our son can get into power. It's not just Sheikh Gumi. It's just like declaring IPOB terrorists. Are they terrorists? All these are instruments of expression. People are saying there is gross injustice, there is gross inequity, there is gross, people are not fairly treated. These are just the thing. It's not just declaration of, all these are legal issues which you cannot address in a day. The court can sit on these terrorists, even as they are sitting, people are still coming. Is that a way out? The issue is, let us convocate a conference and see what we can do. That is my own take.
No, I don't think so. I don't think if the so-called terrorists, if the so-called bandits are being named terrorists, that they will perpetuate more evil. No, it is not that. The only thing Sheikh Gumi has been preventing, he doesn't want these guys to be named as terrorists. Even the government themselves, you can imagine for how many years now these people have been terrorizing the country. The government has failed to name them terrorists. Prominent Nigerians have been shouting to the high heavens, name these guys terrorists, they refuse. That means there's something behind it, you know. So if Sheikh Gumi is telling you now that these guys should not be named as terrorists, that means there is more to it than meets the eye. That means there are people they are protecting. They don't want you to name them that. You see, but you know, some people will just come out from nowhere to protest and you name them terrorists. But the guys who are doing the havoc and what have you refuse to name them terrorists. That means there is something behind. But I feel on my own that these guys should be named terrorists. Sheikh Gumi is only protecting them. He knows them very well. He knows the terrain of where to go to the forest to meet these guys. And the government can easily tell him, let's go, show us where these guys are. But he will not do that. So these guys are being, as far as I am concerned, these guys are being protected. They are handled with kid gloves. That is why they keep on doing all these things. And
Sheikh Gumi is entitled to his own opinion. Whoever that made the president to name IPOB a terrorist group, also, I think he bought the idea and named them a terrorist group. So, Bandits, naming them a terrorist group, before now, Erofai has actually called on presidency to name Bandits terrorist group so that they can be dealt with. So it is one thing to say and another thing to implement. So like we said, we are in democracy government. Democratic government means government of the people, for the people, and by the people. But are we actually practicalizing this? That is the major question we should ask ourselves.
I have more reason to fight for Biafra, and I will continue to fight. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they do. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra is here. Oduduwa will survive. Every indigenous tribe they call Nigeria will be free. We will all have our freedom. We will take it by ourselves. It doesn't matter what they do. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect our Sina Mazina and the Kano. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to strengthen our Sina Mazina and the Kano. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to give him good health, give him strength, give him more revelation, and bring him to us very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from, and remain blessed. Bye-bye. See you again on the next video.